celebrating the history, evolution, and impact of K-pop culture as represented in KPop Demon Hunters. Abbie Fakoya is at the front of the room, smiling and encouraging over 40 UMBC faculty, staff, and students to follow her dance steps. Many of the attentive dancers were either new to the intricate K-pop choreography, learning this sequence, or like millions of fans around the world, ready to show off their synchronized dance moves to Golden, the 2026 Grammy-nominated Song of the Year, from Netflix's KPop Demon Hunters film. The global success of the film drew fans to the KPop Demon Hunters, a conversation on media, culture, and globalization event organized by the Asian Studies program in collaboration with several CAHSS departments at the Skylight Lounge this fall. Fakoya, a biochemistry senior and the event coordinator for UMBC's K-pop dance club, was not surprised to see the long line of people waiting to participate in an evening of Korean culture, dance, and food that celebrated Korea's vast snack culture thanks to the DC Korean Foundation and a delicious Korean fusion catered dinner by Baltimore's own Dooby's restaurant. Seeing the movie accurately portray the food and cultural practices I grew up with in a positive way, like the noodles, the Korean spa the characters enjoyed, and Korean shamanistic practices, reminds me of my own childhood experiences, and doing those same things now when visiting family in Korea. It is really inspiring, said Angelina Jenkins, Assistant Director of UMBC's Mosaic Center for Cultural Diversity, a member of the expert panel. Growing up with K-pop, Fakoya became interested in K-pop in elementary school, at a time when she felt that liking K-pop, especially if you weren't Korean, was not as well received. Friend and club historian Isha Shah, an information systems junior, agrees. This year has been very exciting. We've had a lot of interest in the club because of the movie, said Shah. I remember when I was in elementary and middle school, kids would give me side eyes for liking K-pop and singing in Korean and ask me why I wanted to be Korean. The two met in 2022 at the RAC for a packed K-pop dance workshop, featuring the then top K-pop song Dope, by BTS. It was the first in-person dance workshop after COVID-19 restrictions were lifted. UMBC's K-pop dance club moved its dance workshops online during the COVID-19 lockdown because K-pop artists were still posting songs and dance videos, said Shah. When students came back in person, there were so many people who wanted to participate that the club had to keep rotating participants in and out of the workshop. For Jenkins, a lifelong K-pop fan, being among retrievers who champion, appreciate, and embrace Korean culture was also a welcome change from her experience growing up in Pennsylvania, where she was one of the very few students of color in her high school. I'm super excited to be here as I am what I consider to be a 1.5 first-generation Korean American, who not only does their work through the Mosaic Center, said Jenkins. I am also a third-year PhD student at the University of Maryland, College Park, looking at culture studies, Asian American identity development, and how films like K-pop Demon Hunters allow young Asian American students to really understand what this means to bridge the gap between American culture, Korean culture, and this idea of globalization. Alongside Angelina Jenkins, Maya Lee, a doctoral student in the language, literacy, and culture program at UMBC and a librarian at an Arundel Community College, highlighted the film's cultural integrity. Lee emphasized how breaking Asian stereotypes and incorporating authentic cultural references can empower not only Korean communities but all minority groups in America. She explained how Korean folk narratives and art were skillfully woven into the storyline, enriching the film's depth and relevance. One example is the blue-striped mystical tiger, Dooby, and the magpie, Susie, with 3 eyes on each side of its head, who are paired together to act as messengers and protectors. These elements not only honored tradition but also created a bridge between folklore and modern fantasy, allowing the narrative to resonate with diverse audiences. K-pop's influence beyond the screen. The panel, moderated by Fan Yong, professor of media and communication studies, director of the Asian Studies program, and the faculty leader of UMBC's Globalization initiative, discussed the spiritual, gender, linguistic, and artistic Korean cultural references throughout the movie, along with the westernization of K-pop. The experience of being a human and a demon, struggling with duality, is very relatable. I'm an American, said Lee, but I also want to live within my Korean culture. It's a balance between how much I really want to be an outcast in either culture versus how much I'm going to accept. It's a constant struggle. Lee continues, it's a similar duality that Rumi, the main character, faces as a half demon and half human. Life isn't always so clear. We spend most of our lives in the gray area. It's a balance. At least I don't have to fight 4 dancing demons. Fakoya and Shah have also witnessed the westernization of K-pop, with a shift from Korean lyrics to mostly English lyrics, like in KPop Demon Hunters. First, they didn't expect to like the movie because it was marketed for children, and most of it was in English. I don't speak Korean, but I like to memorize the Korean lyrics and the dances, said Shah. They were won over by the movie's attention to detail of the K-pop culture they've been a part of since childhood. Now they've found themselves as ambassadors encouraging students who don't want to like it because everyone likes it now, to explore the genre beyond what's popular. There are different sounds and niche groups just like in any type of music, said Shah. In preparation to lead the Golden Dance Workshop, Fakoya memorized the Korean and English lyrics and choreography. K-pop is so cool. It's just a habit. I love it, she said, after masterfully and patiently showing everyone how to be a K-pop demon superstar.